Learn to design and build this entire landing page, which is dynamic and interactive in Editor X. It will be covered all in this course. So it seems that everybody's in the dark. Which one is going to win? Which one's better, Editor X or Webflow? They're both agency grade. They're both fantastic tools. Now, I guess I'm hoping this course will give you some light into which one, if you're already using both or just started or about intermediate level on Editor X, to shed some light into which one might be better for you. Welcome. Okay, so this is a tutorial on Editor X. They've got all these beautiful templates that you can choose from, but we're going to start with a blank canvas. What we're going to do is we're going to build a landing page, or design one actually. This is very much a web designer's tool in the browser. Think of it as Figma meets Sketch, and you click publish and then bang, you've got a brand new spanking website. Okay, now as we wait for this to load up, okay, let's get into it now. Okay, so we'll just drag it down the artboard as a lot of you designers will know it. So here's where the left panel, where you have compositions where they've got pre-built sections. We're going to use a mixture of both. You got design. Previously you had design assets that you saved up. We're not going to use any design assets. We're going to use everything from Editor X. You can add text, you can add buttons, you can add menus, hamburger menus, media such as images and galleries and these kind of videos that we'll get into later. Then we've got decorative stuff. Yeah, like you can use that in your designs if you want. You got the contact forms, you got embed the social as well as social bars. You've got the start the blog, put an online store. We're not going to do that. It's a landing page, but this is where you find it all on the left panel. Now this is for beginners to intermediate. So to the intermediate students, excuse me if I'm going through something that you already know, but yeah, it's just good to navigate through the different panels. That's the layers. Like if you're familiar with design programs, you can pull up and down the layers. So you put the pages and so forth. And this is a styling guide, which you can put in as well. Over here, there's the app market, where you integrate some apps, and this is the responsive design screen to basically design a responsive website. Okay, on the left panel you have all these, right panel you have all these design elements and stuff. We'll get back into it later. So when you click there, you click in, you select the grid. You can select any sort of grid that you want. We'll do it 2 by 2, and you'll see why. What we're going to do, we're going to create a dynamic, animated and interactive landing page. Okay, so there, it's split it into a grid of 2 sections, 2 by 2. So you just click on that section and you click adjust grid. Now what we're going to do is we're going to select the layouter. You can even have wireframe layouters pre-built as well. So we're just going to select that. We're going to drag that, delete that. We're going to drag that across. So we're going to drag this across here. And what we're going to do is we just need 2. So we're just going to fit them in the boxes there. So we fit them in the grids there, the 2 by 1. Okay, and you click that to expand it. And over there you click that top right hand corner to expand it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use the styling panel, right? So we're going to do, this is where you control, this will be familiar to people who use XD and Sketch and Figma and so forth. It's basically Figma, Sketch, and Adobe XD online. So here's all your colors. This is where it has that painting icon. So we're going to change the color. We're going to add a color. We're going to add that color, and then we're going to add. Click add. So you can add a color in as well besides the presets. So we're going to do that to the next side. We're going to do that, and we're just going to select that color. Bang, like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to change the top. So just click on the top and change it to the same color. Okay, just like that. We're just going to leave the logo as is. We're going to do a quick add text. That's how you quick add anything. So I'm just showing you, but this comes later. So that should be heading 1. And if you want to make it responsive, you click on there, and you control the size in responsive there of how big it is. And then on the right hand side is how big it is on desktop. Okay. So you click into it. Now let's delete that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add media, one of these cool videos. So we're going to use that, and we're going to use a transparent video. So we're going to change video, and we're going to use this. This tutorial is completely with the assets within Editor X. So select a transparent video. Let's see what looks cool. Okay. Now we can scroll down. These transparent and these are moving like that. Okay, in a loop. So select that one and put it in. Okay. So we're going to make it bigger by dragging it out in the corners. So a lot of this stuff will be quite familiar to designers who already know Sketch, Figma, and XD. Right, so you just drag and drop it into there. It's a very powerful tool. It's really changed the game. It's edit text, and you select that and give it a H1 as it's a heading. And you give that a minimum of 20. So then when it's responsive, it's minimum of 20, the size. Okay, and you drag across it. And we're using pop-ins, semi-bold, but now we've made it bold. Drag across it. And type in, I am learning Editor X. Okay, so then what we do is then we can resize the desktop by selecting across and putting it in a number like that. Maybe that's a bit too big. Whoops. Okay, put that in there, that figure in there. Yep. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to drag the corners out so it's all on one line. This is very similar to any Adobe or Sketch or Figma products. Okay, now we're using pop-ins semi-bold. Now we bolded it. Now this is where you select the colors for the text. Bang. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a title again, and this time we're going to add a heading too. Whoops. Undo. Drag it up here. Drag it across there. Okay. Now go edit text, and also set the minimum size, and so we're going to reduce that. It's a heading 2. And we're going to type in some sort of subheadline. Okay, for this tutorial, I'm learning Editor X. Okay, so select that. Now that's where you select the color again, select white. Now drag that back in, and it has a snapping guide, just like any of the design programs. This video is specifically targeted at designers who want to start using the power of Editor X for the agency or for themselves as freelancers. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to drag that up. I'm going to drag that in the middle. Okay, now what we're going to do is quick add and a button. Drag that down there. Select border white, so that's where the border is. Okay, and you can increase the thickness of it. We just keep it at 1. Okay, now that's where you edit the color of the text, right? And then that's the header there. Now we're going to start adding animations, and so click here. That's where the animations are. So we're going to select it Puffin. So bang, you can already see a preview of what it's going to do. This is meant to be like this is recreating that dynamic landing page that you saw in the preview. Okay, now select the text and do the same thing too with that animation button, sorry. And arc in, yep, and animation Puffin. You see this when it's done. Well, you've already seen the preview of it in the preview video. Okay, so now we are going to look at how it's structured over the top. Underneath, you can control the layers as well. We'll go into that. Or not really going to go into that. Whoops, whoopsies. Excuse me. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to publish. And we're going to take a look at what we've done so far. Okay, so we are going to animate the top as well, the navigation bar to Puffin. Okay, publish. Done. View. Now you see it's a very dynamic entrance. Bang, like that. Okay, so that's the header there. Okay, so now we will click done, and now we're going to create an interaction where you when you hover your mouse over the video, the moving kind of morphing thing, will click spin. So that's where you actually do the interactions. You do it through the beta, where it says beta, right? Interactions, and you click. We're going to select another section underneath. But okay, so now publish. And now when you hover over, oops, excuse me. So select that. On the far right hand corner, yeah, just double checking that it says spin. Now it spins when you hover your mouse over it. So we're already getting into interactions here. Like I love Webflow also, but I think the more and more that this product gets developed, it's going to really take off. Okay, done. Yep. Okay. So now we are going to use a composition this time. We are going to, so you can use a combination of compositions and your own stuff. So select that, delete that. We don't want that. Select that, edit text, make that bold. The composition is already responsive for you, so you don't need to do much to it. You just change the color. So back to the color and change that background. To that color there that we saved. Okay, and here we're going to make it parallax by selecting the settings and parallax. Publish. For front-end animation and design, this is a great tool. Okay. So bang, that parallax is upwards now. Now we're going to add some animations to the text. Okay. Okay, so we're going to select the text, click the animation, and let's just select that animation there. Yep. Okay. So what we're going to do, okay, is apply a grid. We can apply all sorts of grids. I was planning on using that one. Let's use that one. Let's see what happens. Not really what I'm looking for. Neither is that. Okay. If you make a mistake, you can delete it. That was intentional. I'm just showing. I was just playing around. Okay, you just click and delete. That's just to show you how to delete the section. Okay, what I want is the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the corners. So sorry, just playing around and fooling around. Okay, that's what I want. Okay, yep. Okay, so drag that down, and that makes the section extend. Layout tools. Okay, so I just use the layouter. I'll just drag that in there, into that section there. Now, oops. Okay, that was a genuine mistake. Okay, delete that. Okay, drag that in, make sure it's docked in, meaning that it's docked into the section. And now, so it only covers that section. Okay, now that's docked in, and it covers that section. You see why I'm gonna do it later. Okay. Copy, paste, resize it, and now make sure it's docked in. Now click that, and that fills the entire section. Now paste, drag it down, drag that in, pull that in there. That's docked in now. Now click that to expand it into the entire box. Okay, so we're going to change the color of the background first. Okay, so go into styling, background, white, and that's the corners. Change that color to that we're going to have like kind of like a wireframey looking sort of thing. We'll put it to about 1, and we'll do that to all of them. Okay, white, and corners, change that to black. Make sure it's a 1. So it forms like a wireframe grid sort of thing. Okay. Now corners again, do the exactly same thing there, black. And it doesn't really matter what do you do it in, whether it's the corners or the background. But then you go to background there, and you change it to white. And do the same thing for there. Now we're really going to play with some interactions and animation soon. Okay, black. Okay. Now, and 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start dragging in text. Add that text there. Edit text. Make sure it's you set the responsive maximum size, and that's about right. So just drag that across there. Hover over us. Sorry. Okay. Bolded. Okay. Now we're going to drag in. Oops, not that video, not that type of video. We're going to drag in this here from the media section. Oh yeah, here it is. Yep, we're going to drag that. So there's going to be a video kind of player that's playing in a loop in that shape there. Change the video, and that doesn't have to be transparent. We can find something cool from the Editor X massive library of vids and pics and stuff. Okay, that one looks good up there. Let's grab that, select it, update. Okay, so we're going to drag another one in. Just click it and drag it where you want it. Drag it where you want it there. And this time we're going to change the video and go to transparent, which you just select down there from the downward selection panel. Okay, we're gonna pick something kind of cool. Oh yeah, that looks cool. Select that, so it's a transparent video. Update, and drag that out, make it bigger. Okay, so that's the interactions tool. Click there. Now select your interaction. Select there and select your interaction. Select there. That's where. And the interactions. Select there into the actual block itself and make it have an interaction as well. Select there and select play around with all the different interactions presets that they've got there. You can do some interesting stuff with it. Okay, select there. Okay, now we're going to animate the block too. Okay, select the block, animate. So not only are we creating interactions, we're creating animations as well. Select there, okay, and that gives it an animation as well. You see once we publish it, okay, select the block, make it fade in like that, or expand out like that. Okay, now publish. Click, okay, click done, and we can preview it. So boom, dynamic website already with the animations. And then now when you hover over it, these are called hover interactions in Editor X. You hover over that, and you can have a bit of fun with it. And then you hover over that, and it spins. So let's look at it from the published, bang, like that. And I'm just copying the URL, and you've got that spinning when you hover over it. You got the parallax, you got the interactions, you got the animations going on. You can really go wild with this if you want. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so bang again, bang bang, hover over, hover over, hover over, hover over. That spins on its own. And done. So that's the first part of Editor X, using its powerful tools. And that's how you can create a dynamic landing page, but we'll carry on further. There, you can change the fonts as well, but we'll keep it as that font. Okay. Now we're gonna, so you can you can upload your own custom fonts as well. So that's where you upload them. And I've uploaded some of my own custom fonts for other projects. We'll undo. Okay, so that's the first half. No. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new section, and we're going to use a composition. We're going to use, let's see, maybe, let's have a look what we can use. So usually I design everything from scratch, but this is just to help you fast track things, and you can customize the compositions yourselves as well. So we'll use a testimonial. Okay, bang, that goes in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to give that an animation. Oh no, we'll change the background first to the color we saved. Remember the red? Bang. There. And now we're from the styling panel. And so now we're going to create an animation. Same as the others. Bang. Yep. And we're going to change the opacity. Oops, no, not the interaction, sorry. The color here. And so we go down here and we push that forward by making it darker. Then we pull that backwards by activating the darkness so that we can match it to above where the parallax section is. You don't have to. Okay, so now we've got to do a responsive design. Okay, so the majority of it should be responsive, but the compositions and using that grid. Okay, now we just like any other Figma, Sketch, XD, when you do a responsive design, you just drag that in there, drag that out, make it all responsive and so forth. And yeah, and drag it in there in the middle, pull that out in the corners, this is quite familiar to most of you because I guess this is geared towards designers who want to learn how to use Editor X. Okay, so whoopsies. Okay, so use the center tool like you would in Sketch, I guess. And center tool. Oops, moved it that way. Grab it here, pull it in because it's docking to the right. Okay, and so now that's responsive. Because we use the layout tool for our grid, it makes it pretty responsive as it is. But okay, now for the mobile phone. So we just did the tablet, obviously. Same deal, just as you design for responsive design, like that. Bang, like that. Yep, and then oops, undo. That's the undo button there. If you want to ever undo anything, okay, drag that out a bit bigger. Design it as however you like, responsive, I guess. Yeah, oops, that's how you resize the actual button, the shape of it. Drag it up here. Yep, okay, we'll leave it there. Drag that down, Depends what your preference is as far as responsive design is. So this is pretty self-explanatory to designers. Yeah, okay, cool. So everything's responsive now. Now what we got to do is, okay, that's responsive on a tablet. Okay. Okay, now what we got to do, it could be better, but if you spend more time on it, but that's fine. If you notice my mistake, I forgot to align the desktop H1, but that's fine. You've seen what it actually is meant to look like. Okay, so now we go to contact form and put it there. So if you want to realign it, you just drag it into the middle or use the middle alignment tool that you saw there, which is similar to Sketch before. So that's where you put where the email is going to and so forth. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And just make sure that it's responsive everywhere else. Yep, responsive. Yep, cool. I mean, you got to spend hours like as you know, as designers, making everything responsive and stuff. But okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to anchor all the call to actions to the bottom because this is the landing page. So we right click and we go anchor, and that anchors to the bottom. And so when you select the buttons, yeah, as you can see, okay, select the link, go to anchor and select anchor one, so you can see the H1 is out of alignment, but you've seen at the preview what it's meant to look like. Change that, click edit text to change the text in there, and basically click the link and anchor and pull it to anchor one. There's only one anchor and that's it. So we click here, we're going to create a new page. So we go to pages here and we click plus and we call it contact, and we are going to put a contact form there. Of course, a real landing page would be a lot more intricate than that, but we're learning a lot of skills here in a short period of time. Okay, so go back to home. You can navigate back to home. and then you show pages there by clicking on there and manage menu. So you show that page, but we're going to delete that, and we're going to put in a cool style menu, like a modern style menu, which where is it? Which will inherit the pages. So let's put a hamburger menu there. Drag that up here. Change the styling to white so you can see it against the red background, and bam, publish. I'm just laughing at the forgetting to align it for the tutorial on the desktop, but you know, you've seen me just drag things. Now there's another menu there for mobile. Delete it and drag that in its place, and that should be responsive there also. Okay, so publish. Done. Let's take a look. Oops. Paste the URL, and voila. And then when you scroll down, you have all the effects that spins around, that both the item, the elements, and the actual containers or the boxes move as well. So bang, like that. And then there's the testimonial animations and so forth, and there's the parallax. There it is again. Then when you hover over, when you click the buttons, it anchors to the contact page, and the menu inherits those pages. So bang, straight to the contact, just like that. Awesome. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and ignore that alignment, and thank you. And with the SEO, sorry, one more thing is that you click down the SEO settings. Whoops, no, you leave that as home. Yeah, sorry, home, not my practice site. That was a mistake. Whoopsies. Here is where you edit it. So you keep it as home here, and here your practice site, whatever you want to name it. My practice site, and this is the meta, like what will show up in the search when the site comes up. I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of part of the SEO. This is more so a short, quick kind of thing for beginners to intermediates in Editor X. So yeah, that alignment. But you saw in the introduction video what it's meant to look like. Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. There you go. If you just align it to the middle again. There it is again. Oh, you can offset it if you want to, but that's up to you. So I hope you're out of the darkness now, and your class project is to recreate that yeah, so that you can learn the skills taught here to apply it to future projects, and hopefully you land a few jobs with EditorX. Thanks.